Hi everyone, my name is Victor and I am one of the authors of technique.com. We're going to continue with our Learn Linux from Scratch series, and today we're going to be looking at basic file management tools on Linux. In our previous classes, we've looked at what file management in Linux is, and we've looked at some basic tools like the more and less utilities in Linux and how to use them with examples. We've looked at the head and tail filters in Linux and how to use them with example. We've looked at the grep utility as well and how to use it with examples. So in today's class, we're going to be looking at how to search or find files and directories in Linux. Looking for files or directories in Linux requires using some tools to do that. So we're going to look at some tools that we can use to search for files in Linux, and we're going to start with the find utility. The find utility is a very powerful utility that can search through the whole entire file system of a Linux machine. So we're going to use the find utility with some examples and see how it works. So to look for the file technique on this machine, so say you don't know where the file is, you don't know the directory where the file is, but you just need to look for the file called technique on this machine or on the system. The find utility can go through the whole entire file system and look for the file technique. So to do that, you use the command find. You specify slash, that is, check through the entire file system, followed by hyphen name, which signifies the name of the file you want to look for. Then you put it in bracket, then you type the name of the file. So you see that the system goes through the entire file system and looks for the file called technique on the system. Apparently, there are lots of files called technique on the system. Here we can see the files in the proc directory. We can see the files in media slash test4 directory, tmp test1 directory. We have a lot of technique file in this on the system rather. Actually, this is a technique channel and a technique website. So let's say you know the location of the directory, but you do not know where the file is. So let's say you know that the file is in slash tmp directory, but there are lots of other directories in slash tmp, and you're looking for the technique file. All you need to do is to use the same command, find, followed by slash tmp, which is the directory where you're looking for the file, then followed by the hyphen name, that is the name of the file, then you put it in the bracket technique. Then you can see that the search has gone through slash tmp directory to look for the technique files in that directory. And if you're presently in that directory, say for example you're in tmp directory, to look for the file name technique, then you just need to specify the command find followed by name and then the name of the file. You can see the files in that directory. Okay, let's say you don't know if the file is in uppercase or lowercase, but then you just need to look for that file name technique. You want to see it, you want to see the file name both in uppercase and lowercase, then what you need to do is to use the command find. You can search through the whole entire system. Then you use the command hi followed by name and followed by the name of the file you want to look for, and you use your enter key. Then it looks for the file, both the ones that are in uppercase and the ones that are in lowercase. You can see the last file here. This one is in uppercase. This other one, tmp test3 slash technique, is also in uppercase. Files can also be found by specifying the type of the file. So, for example, to find directories only in slash tmp directory, use the command find followed by slash tmp followed by the type of the file, which is tip, then followed by d. So you're saying that I want the type of the file to be a directory, and that's why you're specifying d. So you're saying that find the directories only in slash tmp directory. So that is why you're using hyphen type, specifying that you want to see the directories only in slash tmp. So I use my enter key. So you can see all the directories only in slash tmp. To find by type only, by file type only, sorry, use the F option. So you're saying that I want to see only the files in slash tmp directory, and you use your enter key and you see only the files in slash tmp directory. You can also find by symbolic link only, and you use the type, use the hyphen L option and say, okay, I want to find by symbolic links only. And then you see all the files with symbolic link only. I'm going to be teaching you symbolic link, that is add links and soft links in Linux. So don't worry about it. So the find utility is not the only utility that you can use to search for files in Linux. There are other utilities as well. We have the where is utility. The where is utility can be used to search a file in Linux. Where is only searches for binary files, source files, and manual pages, but it is not as robust as the find utility. So if I want to use the where is command to find the SSHD binary and manual pages, for example, I'm just going to use where is and followed by SSHD, and then I can see the binaries and the manual pages for SSHD. Another utility that you can use to find files or to search for files in Linux is the which utility. The which utility only searches for binary or executable files. It is not as robust as the find utility as well. So for example, if I want to look for the binary or executable file for SSH, I'm going to use the command which SSH. And another utility that we can use to search for files in Linux is the locate utility. The locate utility works with a database. Instead of locate to search the whole entire system, it searches through the database, and as such, it is faster than the find utility. We can see how the find utility will look for the whole entire system to look for a file. But in this case, locate would not do that. Locate has its own database, and which is mlocate by default. So to use the locate command, just use the command locate and the name of the file you want to locate, technique, and okay. So I mentioned that locate works with database. So it is advisable that you always update the database before you look for before you use the locate command. So I need to update the database with the command update db, because by default the database is updated once a day. So anytime you want to use the locate command, it is advisable you update the DB. Now I'm going to locate the file technique. You can see my files technique will locate. Well, I'm going to give you a pattern hint. When you're using all these utilities to look for files on a Linux system, all these utilities, they all have their own searching mechanism. But anytime you try to look for files with where is, which, or locate, and you cannot find the exact file you're looking for, I would say from experience, just use the find utility. The find utility is one of the best utility to use to search for files or directories on a Linux system. It is very robust and it will search through the entire file system. And to learn more about these utilities, you can check their manual pages. So, thank you for watching. This is how you can find files on a Linux system. So, I'll see you in the next class. Please subscribe to this channel. Bye for now.